Hi, Shelly here. This week I'm playing in my art journal and my idea is to make kind of a winter super moon scene. I'll be starting off with some newspaper to collage my background, but beyond that I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next. I hope you'll stick with me till the end to see how it turns out. So let's get started. Okay, I want to start out with collage, and I was thinking this time I haven't used newspaper in a long time, and I've never used small strips, long narrow strips of newspaper. So that's what I'm going to do today, I think. So I'm just going through on my trimmer here. I'm lining up my, I've got my papers folded over, so I've got quadruple. I've got 4 layers here. And I'm not making sure I cut it perfectly. I don't care about that. I'm just kind of lining it up and not even getting all the way to the end, but I'm okay with that. I think it's fun to mix things up and try different things on my backgrounds. I don't get bored that way. And I learn new things. I enjoy that. All right, let's start with that and see if we've got enough. I'm going to use Mod Podge, as I mostly do in my journal. So I've got a bunch of it that I need to get rid of. I'm putting it in a cup this time rather than going directly into my pot that I keep it in, because sometimes newspaper bleeds, and if that happens, I don't want it to, create a mess. So I'm just gonna kind of put it down all willy-nilly. All right, we've got our pages are dry. Now I just need to clean them up. I really like how it looks. I like the text and the pattern. I don't know. It's very cool, I think. I think my moon is going to be right here, and then my house over here, and then some various trees is what I'm thinking. So I think I'm going to start off with some white. Not too much water, just a little bit. Then I've got a little bit too much on there, so I'm going to go in with some more water. Do a couple of baby wipes. See if we can get a little bit up here and there. Better. A little more over here. Oh, I hate it when I forget to push record. Okay, so here's what I did. I took my stencil that I made out of my, I think it's my snowy night video, And I just made these all what I thought the size that would fit on my pages, my dual huge journal pages. And I'm doing a supermoon. There hasn't been a supermoon in the United States, maybe the world. I didn't look it up that close, but since like 1718 or 2019, there was a supermoon in January. But I'm doing this moon as a supermoon. So I just stenciled my moon really quick so I knew where it was. Needed to do that first, and then I stenciled on my house, and then I had to change and do a little light gray because I couldn't see it in white well enough. And now I'm going in with my brush and just quickly painting on a little slope, and the snow goes in front of the house. We're in Iowa, so we have snow this time of year, although we don't right now. We had a green Christmas, which is very unusual for us. Well, I don't know, maybe it's usually we have snow or snow right before or snow right after. And it has been snowing all day, but it's a pretty light snow that is not sticking. And my husband would tell you and many Iowans would tell you that's their favorite snow. That does not stick, and they don't have to get out the shovels and the snow blower at any point. But I enjoy the snow of all kinds because I'm originally from California, and we only got to see the snow occasionally when we were up in the mountains. So I love the snow. I don't even mind shoveling it. But I don't have to go to work. I don't have to shovel it to get out the door to go to work, or do it after a hard day's work. So I don't loathe it as much as my husband does. And I think I'm going to stay in the kind of gray tones because this journal page is all going to be at night in blues anyway. So I want to keep this kind of light so that it's going to be kind of in the blue tones as well. It's kind of be more in the background anyway, once we get our blues in here, if it works like I'm thinking it's going to in my head. I need a couple of windows, so I've just got my General's Scriball. I think what I should do next is paint my bits on my moon. And I'm just going from a picture on the internet. Not trying to be perfect with it, but by any means, but it's hard with this texture. Get some water here. So there's our detail on the moon. Although I think we better put a little bit along this edge just to define it. I thought I was going to use these trees from my snowy night video, and I cut them out. As you could see, I was prepared to do it. But then I got to thinking about it. I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do something different? And I went and found these silhouettes of trees on the internet for free. I resized them and printed them on tissue paper. And so we'll see if it's going to be a good idea or not, but I thought it would be fun. I'm going to just use a little bit of my water here that is dirty painted and go ahead and use it to tear around my trees. I don't know if I'm going to use all these or not, or how this is going to do, but it seems like it could be a good idea. We'll see once we get it on with what we've already done, if it's something we're going to like or not. If I was tearing more intricately and I was worried about getting a really good edge, I like to use a tool like one of my clay tools and use this to go to pull that away. You can really refine your edge very nicely so that it gives you the look you're going for. I'm not trying to be as delicate about it today. And I'm hoping that most of this will blend in with my page and you won't see it. And I figured if I don't want to use them all as trees, I could cut off the trunks and make them into bushes, shrubbery. Unless I did something like that and made it kind of shrubbery by the house and then put the snow over the top of it. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So let's put these guys on. I don't know if you've ever printed on tissue paper before, but it is very simple to do. I just take a regular piece of copy paper. I take some tissue paper on a maybe it would be down here. And then I take some of that repositionable tape, one of those little cheap runners from the dollar store. Then put a little bit on the top edge. For my brother printer, it works great just to do that. And then I can cut a piece of tissue paper to the size and stick it up to the top, and I run it through my printer and it works really great. Okay, I love that. So let's let this dry completely, and then we will be ready to start painting, I think. It's the next day, and I was going to start painting next, but I thought I kind of want to come in with some modeling paste in these white spots of my moon and in my snow. And then I thought, it's still, I mean, it's just the week of New Year's. And I thought, we're still in snow areas, still in snow times. So I think I'm going to use a little bit of my fake snow as well. So I'm just going to go in with my small palette knife, and the moon isn't really sparkly, so I probably won't put any snow in my moon this time. I have put glitter in some of my moons in the past, and that's okay. Just to give us a little bit more dimension to our moon, make it a little more special. All right, now just put a little snow in. I don't want to go crazy with it. Old calendar page here. Just gently push down into the all right, now I think I'm gonna hit it with my heat tool. Just a little bit to get a kind of a start. All right, now we'll set it aside to dry and let it really dry for the next hour or so, and then we'll see if we're ready to paint. My paste is not dry yet, but as I was testing it, I mean, I'm close. I think we could paint even though it's not completely dry. But although I don't want this to be solid with my fake snow, there are a few areas, especially right around the trees, that I want to make sure I get. So I'm going to go in really quick and put just a little bit here and there. All right, I'm going to stop. I don't want to go crazy with it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with my heat tool really quick. Just get an initial dry on it, and then I will go in and put Mod Podge all over my fake snow to seal it. Man, what a mess. All right, now I think before I go in and Mod Podge all over, I'm going to go in and brush all over and get off any bits that are, so I don't have too much. Okay, now, again, we dry. Everything seems to be dried up real nice. Dried up. I love how it's looking so far. And I'm gonna grab my popsicle stick. Whoop. And my navy, and I'm gonna mix up a couple of blues here. It's probably way too much. I'm gonna get just a little bit of my light gray. Let's do a bunch of light gray in that one. Probably really overdid it here. What I should have done is done some gray, maybe a little white, and added some of my blue to that. As usual, I'm figuring it out as I go, so hopefully it's all going to work out in the end. Okay, so most of our light is going to be around the moon. So I'm going to start off with my lightest color of blue. Paint my moon with some water. Kind of be shining down on my snow over here. Okay, there is our light blue. All right, let's dry that, not completely, but just a little bit. I think it's going to cover up most of our sparkle from our snow, but that's all right. Then I've got this makeup sponge, and I'm just going to go and try this. I've never used this for painting before, but thinking about it as I did my makeup today, and I thought, you know, that'd be a good blending. I love it for doing my makeup. This is just a sponge. I was covering some chair pads. I just got this at Walmart and I just love it. It's very dense and great for when you want something a little bit firmer. I should have made my house darker. Okay, that's better. Well, putting the paint over the fake snow was not a great move. I mean, it's created some great texture, but there's virtually no shininess. But that's okay. I'm just having fun playing in my art journal. It's not a big deal at all. I think it's still cool. All right, I think I'm going to stop there and let it dry and see if we want to do anything else to it. All right, my only regret is my paint is a little bit darker than I thought it was going to be, but I got carried away and my paint's a little darker than I had planned. So I've just gone through in a few spots where I just want you to be able to get to see some of my background stuff with my baby wipe, and I've just kind of gone in to reveal a little bit more of that. Really down here in the dark, you're not going to be able to see it, but that's okay. Like I said, it's just an art journal page. I'm just having fun, playing around. And then I'm just gonna go in with my Stabilo All pencil and put just a little something here along this edge to help the eye kind of see that there is a little difference. Well, that's my page. I really like how it turned out. I had a blast doing it and I learned some things, and for me, that's what art journaling is all about. So thanks for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me in my next video. Bye for now.